نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. This is Dawah Ilallah Master Muhyiddin, and today's topic is Remember the Days of Allah. I will start with Surah Ibrahim. Bismillah ar-Rahman. This is Surah Ibrahim, Ayah 5 and 6. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا مُوسَى بِآيَاتِنَا أن أخرج قومك من الظلمات إلى النور وذكرهم بأيام الله إن في ذلك لآيات لكل صبار شكور وإذ قال موسى لقومه اذكروا نعمة الله عليكم إذ أنجاكم من آل فرعون يسومونكم سوء العذاب ويذبحون أبناءكم ويستحيون نساءكم وفي ذلك بلاء من ربكم عظيم. Now read the translation. And we certainly sent Moses with our signs, saying, Bring out your people from darknesses into the light, and remind them of the days of Allah. Indeed, in that are signs for everyone patient and grateful. And when Moses said to his people, Remember the favor of Allah upon you, when He saved you from the people of Pharaoh, who were afflicting you with a worse torment, and were slaughtering your sons and keeping your females alive. And in that was a great trial from your Lord. So, Days of Allah is a term which means historical events of great significance that occurred as a favor upon a thankful and steadfast nation, or as a trial and punishment upon a disbelieving, rebellious people. Yesterday was 10th of Muharram, etched in history as the day when Bani Israel crossed the parted sea into the free air of Madian in northern Arabia. The Jews, with all their shortcomings, have not forgotten their miraculous escape to freedom. To this day, they remember this particular day of Allah by calling it Pesach, Passover festival. It is the oldest festival in Judaism. It has been kept alive since the time of Exodus. The Holy Prophet ﷺ has instructed Muslims to fast on Passover as well, saying we Muslims have more right on Moses than the Jews. This is stated in Bukhari, Sahih Bukhari. In Muslim history, we have our own days of Allah. For instance, God's favor upon mankind, that He sent the Holy Prophet Muhammad ﷺ with the mighty Quran as mercy and light respectively. The hijrah of the oppressed of Mecca to the welcome of Medina is an example of the day of Allah. The victory of Haqq over Batil at the wells of Badr is another fine example of the day of Allah, where steadfast believers triumphed over the haughty disbelievers. The conquest of Mecca is an obvious example in our history. That was the day when Allah fulfilled His promise to His messenger and completed His favor upon the believers. Since the advent of Islam, there have been numerous days of Allah for this ummah. For us Pakistani Muslims, the creation of our country in 1947 was a shining example of the day of Allah, when Muslims of the subcontinent were freed from the clutches of the British tyrant and Hindu enemy. To express our gratitude to Allah for delivering us from the bondage, and much like the deliverance of Bani Israel from Egypt, we celebrate our own Passover festival on the 14th of August, 14th of August every year. But then, like the Bani Israel, we too lost the way by going back on our promise to serve only Allah. We now serve Taghuts along with Allah, and that is shirk, which is totally unacceptable. Yesterday was also the day when Imam Hussein gave his life to protect pure faith. He obviously knew Ayah 256 of Surah Baqarah, and it's a requirement, which is to reject the tyrant, to reject the Taghut, and affirm faith in Allah. The sweet prince was led into a trap by the Kufi treacherous and beheaded at Karbala. A tragic event They will never be forgotten. May Allah's lana be upon the treacherous murders of Kufa and Sham. Iqbal rightfully said, murder of Hussein is actually the demise of Yazid. Islam is brought back to life after every Karbala. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين.